Have you ever had the struggle to decide what you want to eat today? There are just so many possibilities, like pizza or sushi, and the list goes on and on. But have you ever thought about the reason why we are able to decide between all of those different dishes? Because they certainly don't all come from where we are living at. The reason is the topic of today's video, called Clash of Cultures.
Oh, you mean Clash of Clans?
No, not Clash of Clans, Clash of Cultures. Let's not waste any more time and get right into the video. Hi guys, and welcome back to our channel. Today's topic is, as you probably read in the title, the Clash of Cultures. Let's have a short overview about the topics which we are going to highlight today.
We will begin with a short definition of what clash of culture actually means. Then we will look at the positive aspects, how connecting cultures can be an enrichment, and in contrast on the negative aspects, based on Huntington's ideas. As examples, we portrayed two kinds of clash of cultures from the short story The Third and Final Continent. And at the end, we prepared a little quiz for you, so listen carefully.
Clash of Cultures has many different meanings and conditions. But in general, it means that a person comes in contact with a different culture or identifies with two cultures simultaneously. Cultures are very diverse and have, for example, different traditions, mindsets, food, or religion. So bringing them together could lead to conflicts, but also to enrichment. It happens every second, when people immigrate or move to a different country, on student exchanges, because of the growing tourism, or when people of different cultures are getting kids and create their own small multicultural family.
Bringing people of different cultures together can be an enrichment and lead to more peace and understanding between them. Many people believe into stereotypes and have prejudice about other countries and their culture, which are often not true. By bringing them together in, for example, students' exchanges, their mindset can be changed and they learn something about the real culture. At the same time, friendships are built which unite the countries and lead to more peace between them. Through globalization, technical improvement, and the internet, cultures get mixed up and benefit from each other by import or export products all around the world. This leads, for example, to our massive variety of food, like sushi, which comes from the Japanese culture, pizza from Italy, tacos from Mexico, or burgers from the USA.
And now we come to the negative aspects. Samuel Phillips Huntington was an American political scientist, advisor, and academic. He spent most of his career working at Harvard University. Even during the presidency of Jimmy Carter, Huntington was the White House coordinator of security planning for the National Security Council. He is best known for his 1993 theory, Clash of Civilization. Clash of Civilization is a thesis that people's cultural and religious identities will be the primary source of conflict in the post-Cold War world. The American political scientist Samuel Huntington argued that future wars will not be fought between countries, but between cultures. According to Huntington's theory, the economic and political interests will not shape the world politics in the future, but rather cultural differences. He subdivides the world in different cultures that define themselves, especially through their language, history, religion, and institutions. Between these different cultures, there will be a worldwide conflict in Huntington's view. He differentiates particularly between the West. On the one hand, we have the USA, and on the other, the not-Christian and Orthodox Europe. In his point of view, the West as a culture will dominate globally. That means they have to interact with other cultures because they do not share the same ideas and values, also to additionally hinder future conflicts. He also mentions that nation-states with the same values will likely cooperate with each other. Especially one quote from Samuel Phillips Huntington emphasizes his ideas. The West won the world not by the superiority of its ideas or values or religion, but rather by its superiority in applying organized violence. Westerners often forget this fact. Non-Westerners never do.
So let's start with a short story. This is the narrator. Let's just call him Ravi. When he was in his 20s, he moved from Calcutta, India, to to New York. He probably experienced a culture shock when he got to know the American day life. He had to eat simple cornflakes every day, for variety sometimes with bananas. While tasty and spicy food like egg curry is a big part of the culture in India. Calcutta streets are loud and vivid, and they are colorful and full of different smells. In America, the streets are loud and vivid as well, but Ravi experienced them as cold and unwelcoming, full of stressed people with a mindset that they must get on the top. When he finally moved to a more quiet place, his landlady was an old, typical white woman who only let him rent a room if he studies at Harvard or at Tech. She wore a long, black and stiff skirt and looked fierce. To boot, she made him praise America every evening by calling the moon landing splendid. He accepted this routine and kind of built a relationship to the woman. Even though he adjusted to this new life, he never lost his culture of origin. He had an arranged marriage, and when his wife moved to America, they often met other Bengalis, they ate with their hands at home and visited India every few years. They became American citizens, but it seems like they found a good balance between the American and Indian culture. But unfortunately, it turned out to be a little bit harder for their son to find this balance. He grew up bicultural, because his parents taught him the language, tradition and the culture of Calcutta, but he grew up in America. This is a kind of clash of cultures too. His bond to India is not as strong as his parents' bond, and children who are raised bicultural are torn between these two often. He is probably more familiar to the American culture because he lives there and faces it in school and public. His friendships and the society are mainly American, and of course he wants to belong to them. But the American and the Indian culture can be very contrary, so he feels that he is betraying one culture in some situations. For example, in India, a lot of people honor the cow and would never eat beef, but America is the land of beef and hamburgers, so going to McDonald's with his friends can feel wrong to him. However, when he brings some Indian dish as lunch, he may face racism because it smells or seems different and weird to Americans. But his family's culture and roots are really important to him as well. The author
Nilanjana Sudeshna Lahiri was born in London, UK in 1967. Her parents were both from the Bengali region in India. When she was 3 years old, her family moved to the US. Her father's biography mirrors that of the narrator in The Third and Final Continent. Lahiri's nickname, Jhumpa, became her usual name when she entered kindergarten, due to her teachers having trouble remembering her proper name. She soon found interest in literature. Her first successful publication was the anthology of short stories Interpreter of Melodies in 1999, which brought her national attention. She has since written a second collection of short stories and 3 novels. Most of her work focuses on the lives of Indian Americans.
So now we come to the quiz. And don't forget, if you need more time to answer, you can just stop the video. The first question: which benefits are provided by Clash of Cultures? The second question: what did Ravi eat for variety with his cornflakes? And the third and final question: what dangers could we have to face because of Clash of Cultures?
Unfortunately, that was it, guys. We've reached the end of the video. So now it's your turn. What is your opinion on Clash of Cultures? Let us know in the comment section. We hope you liked the video and see you next time. Bye!
Thanks for watching.